What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Power, Season 6, Episode 12. What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Everybody, let's talk about it. We are back. We are back. We are back. We have another story with another perspective. And you know what? I could have did without this whole episode. You know what I'm saying? Because did we really need to know all that? We ain't really need to see all of this. But we did. And I'm here. And we're going to talk about it. This whole episode is from Paz's perspective. We're basically going back over these past, day or two, that everything has come to a culmination, and we've seen the events through her eyes. So some of the stuff we have seen already, and I hope that every episode they don't have to go back and back and back over the things that we've already seen them do. And, you know, I'm just like... Y'all could have used this time to wrap up some other storylines that we had, you know, to clean up some of the things that maybe y'all kind of left hanging. But then there's also the thing of, is Ghost alive? Is he dead? Is he alive? I think it's going to be corny as hell for them to keep saying he dead, because they make sure to put it on the TV. They make sure that the reporter says he's fatally shot. I mean, hell, they going to get the stuff out the wheel to figure out what he left them. So clearly they're trying to make us believe that he's dead. If he come back from the dead, it's going to be some of the corniest TV I have seen in a long time. I'm not going to lie. If he dead, he needs to stay dead. And if he wasn't dead, I would think that this episode, being that it's only 5 episodes left, you would give us a hint, a clue, or throw something random in there to let us know that maybe he's not dead. So some people think that was a Democratic guy, but we'll get to that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Basically, Paz is going through every avenue available to try to get revenge against Jamie. She is locked and loaded on Jamie. She thinks that James has killed her sister, or basically has something to do with the reason why her sister's dead, and she's not all the way 100% off. She is correct in some respects, okay? She has a dream at the beginning that she goes to the hospital. The hospital is empty, and she's calling around looking for Angela, and she sees Ghost. So Ghost comes out. He has all his blood on him. He's like, I killed her. She's too late. You weren't there and I killed her. It was kind of like a horror movie type vibe to it. She wakes up. She's all upset. And the dad is yelling out. And so she goes down there, and her dad is living with her now. Because if you remember, Angela had him in the home. So she's living with him. And he's confused about where he is. I don't know if he has Alzheimer's, dementia, or whatever the case may be. As they watch the news in the morning, they learn that James is now going to be basically running for lieutenant governor. And this is going to sew up Miss Walsh's seat. And, you know, she's pissed. She tells her son she has to go take care of some business. And her son is asking her questions about the pension. You remember they were trying to get Angela's pension. And she's just like, you know, I got to take care of some business or whatever. Because he need to go back to school. So he worried about getting money to go to school. Then we see Jacob and Mock. We haven't seen Mock in a long time. And I didn't care to see him again. I felt like this scene was kind of pointless. My thing is, if you're going to do scenes like this to clean up stuff, or why are we seeing Mock again? His storyline is over, and like he said, the man didn't do nothing in front of him, so it's not like he could, you know, really help him anyway. So Mock is talking to Jacob. Jacob is dead set on putting Sax in jail because everybody around him has died. Every time he got somebody, you know, up for to be a witness, they die. So he thinks that Sax is really a bad guy. Sax is not really a bad guy. He was just laser focused on them on the wrong thing, okay? And you putting everybody in danger because he wasn't smart about what he was doing. Now, when he was breaking the law, now you was out, now you was doing too much. But before that, he wasn't doing that much. He was just, you know, the whole Tony Teresi thing, he was just too much. It was just too much. So he needs his evidence against Sax, and he's trying to pressure Mock into telling him, basically saying, I'm going to indict you. If you don't tell me what's going on, I'm going to indict you because you complicit, or you was accomplice in the murder of Tony Teresi. Because remember, they the one who set all of that stuff up, and he was over it too. So he tells him, listen, because he was like, I'm proud of him. He got Tamika conflicted because she represented him. He was like, man, I'm proud of him. He was like, I'm not going to help you. And that's when he threatens to indict him. He says, listen, you know, was he overzealous? Yes. He was obsessed with getting James St. Patrick and Angela. He was obsessed taking them down. Was he making bad decisions? Yes. But what I call a criminal malfeasance, I wouldn't know because he didn't do nothing in front of me. And he walks away. I'm like, y'all wasted a whole minute on this shit. You could have saw something else. It wasn't really no point in him being in that scene at all. Why did he come back? That was a waste of time. When we see Paz again, Paz goes to talk to Tasha. So we can see Tasha is through, honey. That wig is dry, crunched up. She is tired. This man done took her for everything she got because basically when the police came to her business, now she basically out of business. She in this little dusty apartment. The apartment is like the door, they try to make her look broke, but then when they open up, the window is beautiful. Like, obviously, it's an apartment that would be very expensive in New York, y'all, because she got a bedroom and a kitchen and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's cheap, but it ain't that, still ain't that cheap. It's New York. She wants to stop James. She said they need to band together, and Tasha's like, girl, if I'm spent, I don't have nothing else, and if I send him to jail, I really won't have nothing else, okay? So I understand what you're saying, and she gets upset about Angela, and she tried to flip it like Angela was some type of angel, or Angela was this, and she was like, you mean when your sisters was having an affair with my husband? Well, she didn't know he was married. Well, she didn't know he was married at first, but then when she found out he was married, she decided to go ahead and do it anyway. And so Paz is like, you know what I'm saying? And then she bring up the kids. Well, Raina is the reason why or he's the reason why Raina is dead. Tasha is like, watch this, hold up. Now watch yourself. Now you doing too much. Don't be bringing up my kids. She makes a point to say, well, listen, Angela ain't had no kids from him. I got kids. Like, I can't send him down. That's gonna take my own kids down too. I can't do that. And if I thought I could, girl, I would. But he always wins. Paz is like, well, I'll just do it myself, okay? So she gonna do it herself. Back at home, Poppy, that shit was funny. When he threw them damn pills, I hollered, okay? He's like,
bitch, I don't want these pills.
So back at home, Poppy don't want to take his pills. You know, son is getting aggravated. And Paz comes home and she gets Angie's gun, because now she pissed. Now she ready to get it on and popping for real, okay? And she goes to James' office and she waits outside for him. And he walking to the car. Now, we did see this on the last episode, but he was like, what the fuck? Where you, hold up now. Wait. He, you know, kind of peeped that somebody might have been following him or something fishy was going on, okay? So, but she misses her opportunity to shoot him because a police car or an ambulance or something drives by right at the wrong time. So she kind of loses her nerve. She goes to the FBI now, and she goes and walks up in there. She tries to talk to Cooper Sachs at the same time that Jacob is going off on security about the fact that they keep letting Sachs up there, and they were like, sorry, his badge work. He was like, he don't work here no more. He could have killed me or whatever. So she asks her, can he help her? She talks to him for a minute. Basically says that, you know, she's there. She's Angela Valdez's sister. He's like, I'm so sorry. I just want to let you know that we are working diligently on this case. We want to get it solved. He just bullshitting her. If you need to come up here, come up here. We're so sorry about Sachs. So she don't know about all this misconduct Sachs been doing. So, you know, Sachs is fired. He don't work there no more. And so she's like, what the hell you talking about? What misconduct? And then we see her showing up to Sachs's house. And I was like, how do she know where Sachs live? How do she know where Tasha live? How does she know where Tommy lived? How does she know where any of these people live?
I'm confused.
She goes to Sachs, and Sachs tells her that the autopsy says that James did not kill Angela. Okay, they was trying to believe it. You know, he looked like he took a bath and washed his face. And he said, you know, he was just overzealous. The evidence don't match what they was thinking. And it's, you know, it was it. He was sorry. He almost broke the law trying to do that. And he done with it. He was like, listen, I fought for Angela my whole life, but the streets got her anyway, you know. And you mean to tell me that this man was responsible and y'all just gonna let him get away with it? He tells her, well, listen, James wasn't the one who killed her. If he go down, it's going to be for something else he did. It's not going to be for Angela. And, you know, part of it is my fault. We put Angela in the box and we let her out that night. We knew what she was doing. And we knew what kind of danger that she was in. But we didn't do nothing about it. And they didn't. They knew they should have kept her there if they wanted her to be alive. I mean, they knew she was going out there to aid in the bet. They was trying to catch her. But then she ended up getting killed. So she goes home and her son is questioning her about the money and all of that kind of stuff. And she's still telling him it's processed and, you know, it's going to take a long time. It's the government. And her son is basically like, what is going on? Like, tell me what's happening. And so she tells him that Angie had a lot of secrets that they didn't know about. And so he was kind of like, okay, so basically she did this to herself. And she was like, no, she made it possible for us to live here and for Bobby to do this and you to go to school. But what he was saying is partly true. Although Angela did not know that he was married when she first got with him, she knew that she was an attorney, and she knew that once they started investigating him, she needed to stop dealing with him. Not to mention the fact that he was married. When she found out he was married, she still was dating him. Okay, she never stopped. Knowing he had a wife, knowing he had a family, you knew he was a criminal, yet you still kept being with him. It was just like, girl, you kept going back, girl. You kept going back. So part of this is your fault. And Paz is coming to this realization over time that yes, your sister was, you know, sweet and she didn't deserve to die, but she died because she got in over her head and she's grown and she made grown woman decisions. She told you time and time again, honey. So her son what they said, what we all thought was what she did it to herself. The pension is in jeopardy. You know, like everything is in jeopardy. She don't want to ruin the reputation. And her son is like, listen, go down there and do what you need to do because everything she worked for is gone. Like, look at it. It's all gone. You know, what can we do? The least we can do is get justice. I didn't understand the logic of this because it's like, why would you go destroy your sister's reputation? Because by way of destroying her reputation, you're not going to get no pension. Like the whole time, I'm like, you ain't going to get no pension. Like I saw that at the beginning of the episode. If you go down there and get all of this evidence out your sister's casket and all, you ain't going to get no pension because your sister was dirty. So I don't know. I'm confused about what she thought she was going to accomplish by doing that. That was strange to me. She goes back to Jacob. She's basically getting a little bit more frazzled as the story goes on. And she wants to get the body exhumed, basically. She got some evidence. And he's like, listen, you know, you putting yourself in jeopardy. You putting the pension in jeopardy. You know, we find something on your sister, you ain't going to be able to get it. She said, don't matter now. She just wants justice. So they exhume the body. And they get that cell phone that was in the casket. Now, when he comes back, the man tells her, listen, we got the cell phone, but all she did was save some of the outgoing messages. So we see that she was communicating with somebody, but we don't know what the questions are, and we never will. You got to remember there's a decaying body in the casket. So it's liquids and fluids and all type of stuff that got to the SIM card, and the SIM card is destroyed. But as we all said, that evidence proved that your sister was doing something dirty, okay? So she's definitely not getting no pension. Now the pension is gone. So she did all of that, destroyed your sister's reputation for nothing. He's like, listen, you know, he talked to her about revenge before, you know, they did that, but she still wants to do it anyway. She still can't get over it, and she asks for them to wire her up. She thinks that she can get James to tell everything, to tell about the organization. She can get him to trip him up. And so Jacob is just like, girl, this is a really long shot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to do this. It's tougher people than you to try to do it, and they can't do it. He's like, I'm ready. So, you know, they prep her for the thing. He tells her, listen, get specifics, are good. Anything you can get about that. Don't talk about Angela and the death because he's not going to tell you what happened. So you need to try to get specifics about something else or him admitting, you know, something on tape. See the scene from the last show where she goes to the club. She talks to him. She basically tries to get him to say out loud that, you know, who killed Angela. She ends up going down the Angela road. That doesn't work, right? But he does admit that Angela kept him out of jail, which is another admission. Hello, coupled with the phone, lets you know that Angela was doing something she didn't have no business doing. But that is going to make him look bad, the fact that he said that Angela, you know, kept them out of jail or helped them or whatever the case may be. So now she really upset because all avenues have been pursued, right? There's nothing else that they can do. They can't prove. They have to be able to prove, and they haven't been able to do this. Jacob tells her they won't be able to do anything. They can't prove anything. They're still working on another case that they might be able to get him for the murder of a lawyer. That's Terry Silva, okay? But right now, they don't have enough evidence to book him on this whole Angela thing. So, and also she ain't getting no pension, which I already stated, okay? After this, she finds out because her phone was blowing up when she was trying to get Jamie to talk. And her son calls her. Apparently, her father has collapsed and he's in the hospital. So she runs over to the hospital and come to find out her son told him that Angela died. And so he got all upset and, you know, flustered. And he had an anxiety attack. She basically tells her son, listen, we screwed. There's nothing they can do about it. You know, I don't know if we're going to ever be able to get no justice. We just need to let them do their job like Angela would have told us and move on with our life. And the son's like, listen, I can take care of this. I know some people that's going to be at his club tonight. You know, like we can handle this. And sometimes you got to deal with a violent world. You got to be violent. And she's like, no, our family has been through too much. You need to go home and don't be worried about that baby. No, he's done this to me. He could kill you too. I mean, if you run around town and keep telling everybody he did it, then he might kill you too. We're in danger. And she's like, go home. I'm going to take care of it. Do not worry about this. I'm going to go to the salon and get my check early and see if I can pay for this room. I'm like, damn, y'all got a lot going on, baby. So you ain't got time to be running go kill nobody, girl. You got too much stuff you got to be doing. You ain't got time for that. She goes to the salon and she does get her check. And when she's walking out the door, she runs into Blanca. Blanca tells her, listen, all avenues have been exhausted. There's no way that we're going to be able to prosecute him for Angela, Terry Silva, or nobody else, baby. Judge Tapper denied our search warrant. We ain't going to be able to do it. It's over. She goes back to Tasha's house. And this time, Tasha had called her earlier in the day, and she said that she called her because she had a moment, but she guessed, you know, it's time to let that go because you know, she's gone all the way through everything, and she tells her what happened. Like, girl, it's nothing gonna happen. She's like, I tried to tell you he always wins. She was like, you right. And she tells him, listen, you know, I need to tell you that he's moving on with another woman. Now, y'all, if you think about what Courtney Kim says, that this show is taking place within 6 months, which I don't see. But if it's taking place within 6 months, that means Angela just died, nigga, like a week ago. Nigga, like a week ago. Okay? Even if it's a month ago, like, damn, you finna move on that fast, Ghost. That let you know how much, that put it up in perspective for me. More in perspective for me how ain't shit Ghost is, because the love of your life supposedly just died like a couple of weeks ago, a few days ago, or whatever, and you already meet somebody, child. Y'all doing a lot. She apologizes to Tasha for what she said to her that day, and Tasha tells her that he's moving on with another person, Ramona, the campaign strategist. And she's like, well, he said he would never forget Angie. Well, girl, he said a whole bunch of stuff to all of us girls. So, you know, it just is what it is. And look at us now. She's like telling her, at least Angie didn't have kids. You can walk away. She can just walk away, y'all. Even though she acting like she can't. She can. Then she goes to Tommy. I swear to God, this girl was running all over the city of New York. How do she know where these people live? So she goes to Tommy and she asks Tommy to kill Ghost. And Tommy's like, I don't think I could do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. And she goes on about Angie. She didn't deserve to die. Ain't nobody gonna miss Ghost. And he's like, listen, Angie was cool, but she wasn't that good, okay? Like, let's just go back. Angie wasn't that good, sis. Basically begs and begs and begs, and he kicks out. He closed the door on her. He does say something interesting about we all do crazy things for the people that we love, and she made that choice herself. So like I said, it keeps getting reiterated to her throughout this whole episode that Angela made these choices, girl. Ain't nobody put a gun to her head. Ain't nobody make her do this. She did this on her own. She could have left at any time. She could have stopped messing with this dude. She could have stopped talking to him, but she didn't want to because she loved him and he touched the bottom of her cervix, okay? So she didn't know what to do. She had never had in her life. She was literally stigmatized, okay? She goes home. Now she's spent. She done did everything she could do. She cries. She put the gun on the dresser. She lays down. Uncle coming into Jacob's office, and this is when she's telling him about Dre and the confession. And he's like, Dre, the nigga who tell on everybody, he will say anything to get out of his situation. Of course he saw him. She was like, I'm sorry. He's already being processed and transferred out to a safe house. And Jacob is like, what type of, I am tired of you incompetent hoe. Blanca, I'm so disappointed in her character. I'm so disappointed in the writing for her character. It's like, y'all, she was supposed to be the person who was going to come in with some sense. Okay, but now she's just as raggedy as everybody else, child. And this man named Steven somebody comes in. He's somebody with the Democratic Party. And basically, he tells him that the case against James St. Patrick is closed. And he was like, well, you know, he thought he was on some, this some sneak stuff. You know, he was like, no, you ain't understand me. The case is closed. He's a part of the Democratic Party now. And I heard that you want to run for office one day. And if you want to run for office, then you need to get on this team. And this case is closed. Okay? Don't make me have to come back here no more. We see Jacob was like, bump y'all, okay? So he decided he want to go to Judge Tapper. He goes to Judge Tapper and presents him with the Dre evidence that he know is faulty, putting him in the shady category with all the rest of these people, okay? And Judge Tapper is like, you know what? I got eyewitness evidence, and he done admitted that Angela helped him and kept him out of jail. So go ahead and get that search warrant. And it wasn't no search warrant, it was an arrest warrant, I think. Oz wakes up at her house and realizes that the gun is gone. Her son has taken the gun. So she finds him on the street. I guess he's close to truth. I guess that's what we're supposed to be thinking, that he's going to truth, or he's getting close to truth or whatever. So she finds him with the gun. She convinces him to go home. She's like, listen, you don't need to be doing this shit. Like, you don't need to lose your whole life and throw your whole life away. And he's just like, you're going to be obsessed with this. It's over with. I can take care of it. And she's like, no, don't do it, you know. Don't throw your whole life away. And then she takes the gun and she go in the truth. I'm like, so your logic is to have your son, who is still in school, who don't have no job to support himself, or your father, and you the breadwinner, the main breadwinner of the family now, and your ass is finna go in there and go to prison for life? How? She goes in and she goes into the bathroom. She sneaks in there. She's in the bathroom like, there's no metal detectors. Okay. But she's in the bathroom and she runs into Ramona. And Ramona tells her that she heard Jamie apologizing to her and she just really wants to, it made her really understand how great of a man that he is. And Paz is like, girl, you don't even know who you dealing with, girl.
You insane, Joe, girl. Everybody who be with him die, girl. He is a liar. He is a cheater. He is a deceiver, okay? My sister is dead because she messed with him, okay?
You can stop him. And Ramona was like,
Some people are just unstoppable.
and I was like, girl, why you looking like that? With that face, y'all. It was like an evil look, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he manifested into what she created. I'm like, girl, what is that? So she goes back out and we see this whole, tense moment of her thinking about whether she's going to shoot him or whatever. And just, everything is kind of going through her mind about how Angie has made the decision for herself. Like she kind of got herself into it. And then she thinks about the son and the fact that he got to go to school and all these different things that are happening. And she decides not to shoot him. And this, I do remember on the last episode when he looked and he saw her moving through the crowd out the door. So she decided not to shoot him again. So the next morning when she wakes up and she sees the news, she sees that James St. Patrick has been fatally shot. They made sure to put that on the screen, okay? He has been fatally shot. Her son is like, it was you? Or she said he lost. He finally lost. And her son was like, I thought you said you ain't doing it. She was like, I ain't do that. I ain't do that, okay? I guess somebody else did. So she gets a phone call and she has to go somewhere. We back at the office and we see Steve come through and Steve was like, Jacob, didn't I tell you don't do that? Didn't I tell you? It don't matter if he dead or alive, honey. What you not gonna do is go against what I told you to do. So the higher ups gonna be making a phone call. You might as well just start packing all this up, baby, because you about to go. And Jacob was like, boy, if you don't get the hell out of my office with that bud. And as he's speaking, the phone is ringing. And the next thing we see is Jacob's name getting taken off the dial. I said, damn, they done had more people up in this seat than got doggone every other day. It's a new person. Child, I can't. As the placeholder is coming off the wall, we see through the window that Spanky is there making a deal with Blanca and, asking if Tommy is going to find out. I have a feeling that next week is going to be Spanky's last episode. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm losing light. Okay, so I have a feeling that Spanky's last episode is gonna be next week. Okay, but he's signing his deal and he sees that Paz is going into the office with Blanca, but it's not what we think it is. Okay, and so Blanca really explains to her again everything that has happened. They're not going forward. There's nothing they can do. X, Y, and Z has been a big shakeup, and it's nothing they can do. And she's like, I'm not here for that. I'm just here to get my sister's body. I want to put her back into the ground again. And so I thought that was nice. We saw the burial. We saw her put the flower on there. That was really nice. And Sax even came too, okay? I don't like Sax, y'all, but I feel like Sax was just a case of like too much masturbation, too much conspiracy theory videos, and he just went off the rails, okay? He was there. He said it was the least he can do. And I felt like that was good too because, him and Angela basically hate each other. Like he did so much undermining to her. I know he got to feel guilty about that. And that's probably one of the reasons why he was going so hard, right? She gets a call, like I said, from the estate manager, which is Elvin. Elvin is working again, all right? So shout out to Elvin. She gets a call basically to Jamie St. Patrick, or James St. Patrick has left something for her in the will, okay? Not Angela, her. And when she was walking in there, we saw Katie. I think that's her name, right? Katie or Kay. So Kate, Tommy mama coming out there. He left her some money too. He done left everybody money, child. So he left her some money and she tells him no. She don't want the money and she gets up and leaves. Now, as she's leaving, Tasha is coming in, right? And she asks Tasha, did she kill him? And Tasha says no. Or did she say no? I don't remember. Y'all let me know. Did she say no or not? I don't know. But she asked her, did she kill him? She says, you need to take the money or whatever. And she's like, no, I don't want your charity. They kind of go back and forth. One thing I did notice about Tasha, that she was cute. Okay, she looked real cute again. That wig was shiny. It was not dusty no more. Okay, so it's something that's going on in her point of view. She says that she's not going to profit off of his death or something like that. And she like, girl, you need to take this money. Take the money, okay? And Tasha feels bad for her. And in a moment of weakness, she tells her that Tommy the one that's responsible. And if you think about it, how would you want, if you want to hurt Ghost the most, what would you do? You would kill the woman that he's in love. Because she was like, he loved her way more than he ever loved me. And so, killing her would hurt him the most. And so it's like the wave she comes out and her son is like, we're gonna be able to go to school, and she's like, yeah. So I'm guessing she changing her mind about taking the money now. And she tells him, go with your grandfather. I'm going to meet y'all. It's like the wave of obsession just whooshed over her ass again, okay? She takes the gun. She goes to Tommy's house. She banging on the door. He ain't answer the door. Like, girl, he wouldn't answer the door, girl. But she realizes the door is open. She goes into the door and he's not there. The whole apartment is clear, okay? It's completely empty. And she's... punch in the air, bitch, at the end of the episode. And that's what happened, y'all. Did we need a whole episode of this? No. I would rather see Tommy's story, Tyreek's story, Tasha's story. Those are the people that we care about. These other two people, I don't care about Dre, and I don't care about no pies, okay? Or her pappy, or her nephew, or none of them people. I'm sorry, I don't hate them, but they just weren't pertinent to the story. You feel what I'm saying? So I just felt like it was, y'all could have did some more things, but this is a little lazy. But I don't know who killed Ghost. I don't know who shot him. I don't even know if that nigga really dead. Let me see how this look. How that look, y'all? Well, I don't know who shot him. I don't know if he really dead. I don't know if he's still alive. I really don't have no predictions. I hope that Tasha killed him. That's what I really hope. Because the way they have treated Tasha's character on this show is completely unacceptable. But I hope she the one that killed him, really, to be honest with you. I feel like, because if Tyreek killed him, that's your daddy, you're going to have issues with that for the rest of your life. You're going to be jacked up. You know what I'm saying? And Tommy, that was your homeboy for your whole life. Both of y'all did dirt together. Both of y'all did dirt against each other. And although he did do you dirty, he wasn't screwing you. He was screwing Tasha. And he did her raggedy. And he didn't even let her go to the point where she could have her own business and just prosper and mind his business, because he was selling drugs with Jason too, when he said he wasn't supposed to be selling drugs. Now, he was strong-armed into doing it, but he was doing it. So my thing is, what made you different from her? It's like, I don't know. I just felt like he should just leave her alone. But he didn't. He done ruined her business. And so now she back at square one. So I feel sorry for Tasha. No tea, no shade. And I hope she shoot his ass. I hope she the one who shot him. Dead. Serious, okay? I am tired of Ghost. I really don't care who shot him. I'm just glad he's gone. But I have a feeling he gonna pop up like Kanan, and I'm just gonna be over it, y'all. If he's not dead, I don't think he is, though. I'm just like, I don't think he dead, but he should be, okay? He should be, like, it's no need for us to see him, because he ain't going to skip off to the sunset unless he gonna be on the island drinking a pina colada or some shit on the last episode. That'd be cute. Okay, we'll see what happens. So I want to hear your thoughts about this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share this video with all your friends. If you want to follow me on social media, you can at WatchDawnOfA. Okay, on Instagram, on Snapchat. I think that's it. Holla at me. I don't have that many followers, y'all. I'm gonna get my followers up. I want to get my followers up. Okay, so holla at your girl on the internet or whatever, and I will holla at y'all next week. Peace.